Welcome back. We'll get started here shortly. Alright, it's almost time. Are you ready? Here we go! Four, three, two, one. It is time. Please welcome your host, best-selling romantic suspense author Anna Blakely, and Mr. B.
Hi guys. Obviously it's just me right now. Mr. B is still not home from work yet, but I did not want to miss another Talk Tuesday. It's been too long, so I decided to go ahead and pop in here and say hi and see how everybody is. So, I know it's been like if we would have missed today, that would have been 3 weeks in a row. I couldn't do it. I missed you and I needed this. So, let's see who's here. Heather M, happy Tuesday to you, and Diana Long, hello. Miss Ruth, hello. Catherine Adelman, hello. Hey, Melanie, I'm so glad you didn't forget. I would have forgiven you though, because we haven't been here for a little bit, so I would understand. But I'm glad you're here. So, who else we got? Hey, Louise Matthews, hello. And Sharon Goody, hi. I'm sorry Mr. B isn't here to do his like Australia thing, but I'm not even going to try it. So there's that. Hey, Janice Huber, how are you? Missed you too. Suzanne, hello. I hope you're doing fabulous as well. And Miss Christina Huber, the little sister, as Mr. B would say. Hey, Sandy, how are you? I hope things are going better with work and everything for you. Again, it's been a bit, and I haven't been doing a lot of social media lately either, so I've just kind of dropped off the map here for a little bit, and not intentionally, but anyway. So who else we have? Heather Lee, hello. Nicole, hello. Rametta, hey, how are you? Oh, let's see. Melanie says, I made up a drink called Blue Angel Vodka, coconut rum, blue, pineapple juice. That sounds amazing, actually. Sounds right up my alley. I like the fruitier stuff. If I'm going to drink, I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I wasn't a big drinker before my weight loss surgery. And then after, super lightweight, worse than before. So I don't drink a ton. But when I do have alcohol, I do like the fruitier. Like that's my jam. I'm not into like the beer or the bourbons. And I like the fruity stuff. So let's see who else is here. Sandra Vickers, hey, how are you? Miss Bonnie, hi, how are you doing? Oh, I know. So, Emma, our youngest, is she was hanging out with a friend today, and she called me just to tell me that Dolly Parton died. She's 19, but she's such an old soul, and she absolutely loved Dolly Parton. And so when she called and she told me that, I was like, "What?" I said, "No." I said, "She's like to me, she's like Betty White. Like they're supposed to live forever. Like they're just always supposed to be here." So, yeah, but I also think, and I don't know, just obviously, I don't know. I know she's been dealing with some undisclosed health issues I've seen just here and there in recent months. But her husband passed away. Was it last year? Last March, I think I read. And I mean, and I remember when that happened. And I mean, they were married for several years. And she had spoken openly about, how that was affecting her too. So, I kind of wonder if that didn't play something into it. But hi, Miss Janice. Oh, Janice just got home from her first cataract surgery. I hope it went well. I'm assuming you're doing okay because you're on here. Prayers for a speedy recovery for sure. Lisa Stanker, hello. Happy Tuesday to you. Hi, Sarah Taylor. Oh, so Sarah's listening from work, so she might not see comments, but hi, Lisa. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you. Let's see. I do have, you know what? I was so paranoid too. Like I was double checking everything before I clicked the thing to like start the intro even because I was like, okay, is this on? Is this on? Can they hear me? Is book recovering. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get into that. Just yeah, get that out of the way. So for those of you who may have missed it, um last week I was writing, or I guess it's been a week ago now. It was towards the end of, so it's been just a little over a week now. I was literally in the middle of writing a sentence and word just shut down just out of nowhere. It's happened before. Most of the time it happens when there's a word update that needs to be done. And it'll do a recovery. And a lot of times I'll have lost maybe the last sentence or two. I think the most, like before this, like I might lose like a paragraph or two, like the last bit of what I was writing, but the rest of it'll be there. Frustrating still, but not a huge deal. And it's usually just that last little bit that I wrote that didn't get saved. So it's still very fresh in my mind. So no big deal. I go in, I rewrite it. It's good. This time it disappeared and I couldn't find it and I couldn't find it and I couldn't find it. And I called El Boone in a panic because literally as we were sprinting together the day before, and just for those of you who may not know sprinting, so like she's at her house, I'm at my house, we're texting back and forth. She sets a timer and says, okay, go, I'll see you in an hour. And then the timer will go off in an hour. She will text me back time. And like with her and I, she will usually put the word count that she got for that round. And I will share mine and she'll reset the timer. We'll go for another hour. And it's just kind of an accountability thing, kind of helps to keep us focused, very helpful tool some days, most days. And so we were sprinting when this happened to me. But ironically, the day before it happened to me, it happened to her. Exact same thing while we were sprinting as well. She ended up losing about, I think 3 or 4 days worth of work. I lost about 2.5 days this time because, and it, by the grace of God, and that's the only thing I can say because I don't usually ever do this, but it shut down on me like, I don't know. I guess it was probably a week before this happened. Word shut down on me randomly. But it recovered. And I was at the end of writing chapter 6 and it recovered. And for some reason, and I don't normally do this, but for some reason, I took the recovered doc and I saved it as a separate doc just so I had it. And again, I don't know why. I guess, well, I mean, I truly believe it's divine intervention because otherwise, had I not done that, then when it happened this time, I would have lost the entire book. And so thankfully I didn't lose the whole thing, but I did lose almost 3 days work. And it it's so hard to explain to like the creative brain sometimes because it just absolutely was crushing and completely took me away from the story. And it sucked because Rafe's story started off really strong for me, and then all of a sudden it was like just kind of stopped talking. And then finally got him talking again. And I had 3 really, really good days in a row of writing, and it was rolling and it was going and I was good. And then this happened and it just clobbered me for a bit. I finally was able to get back into it. And, and it sucked because what I lost, I really liked. Um, but everything happens for a reason, whatever. So I'm looking at it as a blessing in disguise. I went back and I cleaned up some things from the end of what I did have saved. Sorry, I think Christian just got home. My Life 360 went off, and I forgot to put my phone on silent, and she heard it. She's gonna start barking now. So I'm gonna turn. Well, I don't know if I can do that or not. Hang on a second. I'm gonna let her out of my office. Go. I'll still be able to hear her, but not right in my ear at least. So anyway, yeah. So I it took a bit to get back into it. Finally did get back into it. But and I haven't made the move yet because I know once I do, it's gonna alert everybody. And I wanted you guys to be the first. I gotta move it again. I as Christian puts it, I'm an optimist. So when I moved it the first time, I genuinely, in my heart and in my head, thought, I can do it. I can do it. I can get it done. I can get it. It took me way longer to get back into the story than I had hoped. Thought it would. So I yeah. Oh, and trust me, Rametta, I just saw your comment. I'll go back and look at your comments in a minute. I have been like completely obsessed with saving ever since this happened. Like I'll like write a page and I will save it, and I'll save it to my Dropbox account, and then I'll do a save as, and I'll save it to my downloads, and then I do another save as, and I save it to my documents and up to iCloud. Like I'm like saving it like crazy now because I'm so paranoid with that. But yeah, I need more time. And then there's been some things here on the personal side of things, like we're good and everything, but there's just been some stuff that's taken me away as well from that. But I'm getting back into it. So Rafe's story will come in September. I really need to, I want to be very purposeful in the date that I picked to release. And so I'm going to sit down this evening and really look at the calendar and get a good date in. More than likely, I'm going to probably put the release date at the end of September, but with the plan to release it early, have it done earlier than that. But given the way life has been in the Blakely household in the last couple of weeks, I don't want my intent and my optimism to overshadow reality. So there's that. So I'm most likely gonna put the date, like that last September, good grief, I can't talk. Last Tuesday in September, just as a fail safe. But I'm actually planning on having it done like sooner than that, I promise. Like it's just been a process. But I will say, through all of that, now that I've put that out there, I really, really, really like this story. I really like the like I was I was talking with totally name dropping here, I know. I have to say it because I know if he was here, he'd be like, name dropper. But I was talking with Riley Edwards on the phone today, actually. And we were just talking about everything from book stuff to life stuff to everything. And I was like, okay, I just need to know before I continue forward, I need to know, is is this plot doable? Like, is this completely unrealistic? Like, I just need to know it's going to work and it makes sense. And I basically walked her through everything, and who like the bad guy is and why and how and all of that. And she was like, there's not a single thing of that that doesn't work. Like, that's awesome. So it just kind of validated a little bit, you know. Um, so but I'm very excited about it. I love how with this one I've been able to pull in some characters that were mentioned previously in the series, recent previously, like within the last couple of books. Um, I actually pulled in a character from a completely unrelated series and dropped in there, um, kind of helping the team out. Because if you guys will remember, for those of you who have read, well, I shouldn't spoil it, because if you have not read Coulter's Secret yet, I don't want to spoil it, because that's kind of where this, like, that's where chapter 1 picks back up from Rafe's future. But something happens to Shadow. And so with their tech person out of commission for a bit, they need some help. So I've brought somebody in from one of my other series in for that. Um, so that's been fun. And it was not something that I really expected to do, but it was kind of one of those things where at the beginning I was like, well, wait a minute. Like, I need this to happen. And these guys might be good on the computers, but they're not Shadow good. So then I was like, ooh, and so it's been fun. It's been fun navigating the little bit older hero and heroine. I mean, Rafe, I've got him. He's now, I've aged him up a little bit because the series, there's the fast forwards and the 6 months later, and all of those things. And so I basically just aged him up kind of according to when the first book was released. So um and gone off of that. But he's 52, she's 48. So there's a little bit of more maturity on certain things with them, that's been fun. um but then she's also, she's 48, but she's also um sassy, and I love that about her. um and it's been fun because, like, there's this one scene that I smiled a lot while I was writing it. um it's a scene between her and Shadow, or Alice. And I will say, I'll give you guys a heads up. Shadow is referred to as Alice a lot in the story, because I feel like when it's Rafe thinking of his daughter, like he's that's his daughter. Like he's gonna immediately go to Alice over Shadow. Um, so she gets referred to as Alice a lot. So just a heads up on that. But there is a scene where um Rafe and Slade, or Digger, and Alice, and or Shadow, and Lena, the heroine, they're at Rafe's. He has the big plantation home, and so they're there and they've had breakfast together. And Lena insists on doing the dishes. Well, of course, Alice is like, I can help. And she's like, no, you're still recovering. And she's like, no, the doctor said a little bit of movement. I'm not going to lift over, 5 pounds, whatever. And so she finally agrees. And then it turns into like almost an interrogation when the ladies get in there. So it's kind of like that, what are your intentions with my dad kind of conversation, which was fun because you've got Shadow, who's obviously, if you've read the series, super sassy. And then you've got Lena, who's almost like an adult version of her in some ways. And it was a lot of fun to put that scene together. Uh, and it's, I don't know, it's just, there are challenges when you're ending a series. It's like there's this checklist of, you want to make sure you include this and don't forget this and don't forget this. But then um it's also a lot of fun too, because I want to make sure I bring everybody back in, um at least at some point, throughout the series. And so that's where I'm at with that. I am genuinely very excited for it. um but I said, a long time ago, I'm not I'm not going to put out a subpar story for you guys. I'm just not going to do it. So I am giving myself the time that I need to get this story right. And I hate it because I haven't had to push a book all year until this one. Um, I pushed one book last year and I hated it. It was my last book of the series. And I was really hoping to make it through 2026 without having to move a release. But it needs it. The story needs it. And I need it mentally, to be honest. So that's where we're at with that. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and go back up here and see what I have missed. So, yeah, okay, so 60 some odd years, back to the Dolly Parton thing. Yes. I knew that it had been a really long time. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, he's finally coming along. He really is. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I know. And and that's why, I was telling oh, hi Abby. Sorry, I'm way behind on that, but hi baby girl. I was telling Emma that whenever she called to tell me, she's like, "Mom." I go, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh." And I told her, I said, "Well, from what I've read of her and heard of her in interviews over the years and things," I said, "Well, one thing I think from what I could tell," I said, "she was a true believer." I said, "So she's probably up in heaven right now dancing around." And I said, dancing around with her hubby and those big old boobies, and Emma giggled and she was like, "And that big old hair." And I said, "Yeah." And so, but oh, so Janice Huber had hers done. I remember that back in May. And so I take it from this comment, Janice Huber, that yours are doing well. Hey, Linda Moody, how are you? Don't be sorry. I'm just glad you're here. You're stuck with just me. Sorry. I'm sorry. And you can tell life has been lifing because I showered this morning, but I did not wash my hair. I have like the most minimal bit of makeup on, but I'm here. So I'm proud of myself for that. uh, let's see. Oh, oh, time for me to share. Sunshine is in her last day. She'll be 13 in January. Won't make it that long. She has, oh, gosh darn. It's so hard when fur babies are hurting. She's taking infusions to slow it down and help with the pain. I'm heartbroken because she's my baby and has made every step I have for more than 12. Aw. I will know for more than 12 years. She says, I will know when it is time and it won't be long and it's killing me. I'm so sorry. That is the absolute worst part about having pets is, chances are at some point you're going to have to deal with that loss and it sucks. I mean, especially when you've had them that long, like they're not just pets, they're part of the family. So I'm really sorry. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers for sure. Hey, Trisha Lynn. I'm glad you're here. You know what? You haven't missed anything. That's just me. So, and I've just been rambling about Rafe and yeah. So, um, oh yeah, the blue screen of death in the middle of it, right? Well, and I don't understand why it's been happening so more recently. It seems like lately. I'm sorry, Lucy's out whining again. I'm gonna grab her. Yeah, I feel like it's like more recently lately that it's been happening. Like I said though, um 9 times out of 10 it will recover itself and I won't lose that much, but it was so bizarre because when I finally found, and I put this I think in the post, but if you didn't see it, when I finally found the doc that shut down that had everything that I had written up to that day, to that moment, uh, it was corrupted. Like it wouldn't recover. It wouldn't let me open it at all. Like I went through because I called El Boone because I knew since it had happened to her the day before, I'd already talked with her about everything that she had tried because she got a hold of Microsoft and they walked her through steps to try to recover hers. And then she got a hold of Apple and saw if tried they walked her through steps from the actual computer's, standpoint as far as trying to recover it. And she was unsuccessful, but she was super kind enough to take the time to walk me through all of those different steps from Microsoft's standpoint and from Apple to try to help me recover mine. And because we thought, well, it didn't work for her, but it might work for me. Um, and unfortunately, it did not. I was able to find the dock, but then it just, like I said, it would not allow me to open it. So it is what it is. And here we are, and nothing I can do about it now, but just push forward, and make it the best story that I can, which is what I'm trying to do for you guys. So anyway, yeah, she definitely had to go say hi for sure, for sure. She gets so excited, man, in the mornings, and then when he comes home from work, it's like she has not seen him in days. It's every single day, every day. It's so cute. Like, she doesn't get that excited for me. I let her out of her kennel in the morning if she's some. I don't always shut the door. Just there's some nights where I need to make sure that she's not trying to jump up on the bed in the middle of the night because I need some good sleep. So I'll put her in her kennel and I'll shut the door. But otherwise, even if I don't shut the door, like I get up in the morning, she hears me get up and she'll walk out and she'll do her, stretch that they do. But like she doesn't get super excited to see me like that. Him, he'll come out, we'll go upstairs or whatever, or he'll come downstairs after he showered and dressed and got ready for work. And it's like she hasn't seen him in weeks. But like I told him, I said, at least she loves you. I cannot help you with that. I still have 2 children and Christian's cousin who lives with us. So anyone else have advice for an empty nester? Man, yeah, that's crazy too, because like, you're twins, so both of them at the same time. I'm yeah, I don't know. I wish I could help you on that, Amanda. I got nothing for you. Yeah, Rometta, that's me. Like I do after like I don't even wait until the hour is like up. Like lately, like I've just been I'll write a little bit, especially if I like am on a roll and I write, and it goes and it goes and it goes and it goes, and then I stop and take a breather or something before I start the next paragraph. I'll go up and I'll do all the saves. I'm like a saving fool now. So aw. Got back from vacation, left home with 7 and came home with 5. I'm so sorry. Gosh darn it. Man, that's sad. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate you guys. And I knew, you know what? I feel bad still, and even though I know like the losing the work and everything was out of my control, like I still feel bad because I tell you what, this is when it's gonna release, and then it doesn't, and then it doesn't again. Like I feel bad, but I also 100% like there wasn't a doubt in my mind that you guys wouldn't understand. So I appreciate that. That means a lot, truly. Oh, I saw boil skin, and I wasn't sure what you were talking about, Stephanie. Steve and I are trying to boil skin, cut, and freeze tomatoes so my mom can. That sounds really good. Chili sounds good. I need a cold day for it, but that sounds really good, especially with homemade tomatoes and stuff. Let's see. Yeah. There's the comment of the day. Life is lifing. Absolutely. Hey, Liz Geller, how are you? I'm glad you're here. Actually, so funny story, and I haven't released it yet. I just got it back, and I sent it to Abby, and we're working on um, doing like a graphic thing for it. But I had my cover artist go back in and add in a little bit more silver into the original cover that I had her do for Rafe, which I had never released. But as I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, he is not like he needs more silver. And so I had her go in and do that. So that's a little bit of why there's been a delay in showing you his cover too, which I need to get on that. But I might do that. We'll probably do that tomorrow. But yeah, it's fun. I like the silver fox. I do too. It's a lot of fun. It's fun, and I mean, and it's from a marketing standpoint, it's good because if readers have read this series but they haven't read that one, then they might want to go over and look at it. But um, I genuinely just do it 'cause, like, it's fun. I'd like to do it. I need to do it more often. I think because we have a good time. It's fun to like revisit old friends, So, uh, let's see. Where am I at? Sorry, I'm trying to navigate. I'm not usually the driver. I usually get yelled at if I'm trying to drive. So proper aging, right? I know that's the bad part too. It's like I'm, and not really on the yelled at, by the way. You all know what I mean. But like and Riley and I were just talking about this. She was like, have you ever like written a character where, they're pregnant for 15 months because you forget to give them a baby, like that kind of thing. It's hard to keep track sometimes. So yeah, and at this point, like I figure ballpark between all the flash forwards, 2 weeks later, one day later, whatever, throughout the entire series, like I figure he's got to be around 52 now, right? Close enough. Oh, excuse me. Let's see. Hi, Kelly Wolford. How are you? Yeah, Dolly will definitely be missed for sure, for sure. Yeah, so it's funny that you say that, Sharon, because um I was talking with Christian on the phone when Emma called to tell me about Dolly. And so as I was talking with her, I texted him and I said or no, I guess it was when I got off the phone with her. I texted him and I was like, I'm off the phone now if you still need to talk. I said, she literally just called to tell me that Dolly Parton died. Well, he immediately goes and he's like, what? And so he goes and looks it up. And at that point, I guess it was such new news that the AI overview, when you looked up, Dolly Parton died or whatever, I can't remember how he worded it when he searched, but the AI overview was like, no, she's very much alive, the rumors and da 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 da. And so it hadn't updated yet. But right below the AI overview was, I think it was like USA Today, the Huffington Post, Fox News, like all these different, like legit, whatever media, like outlets, like nationally recognized media outlets are all headlines of how she had passed away. But right above that, the AI overview is like, no, she's good. She's alive, So it's like, okay. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Glad you're here. I was hoping, I didn't know it's been, like I said, it's been, a couple weeks since we've been on here. So I was hoping that, that we would, that people would still want to come and hop on. Uh, oh, are you guys talking about making shirts? Did I miss something? I know Abby was talking about, I was talking with her earlier. She was at Hobby Lobby trying to get shirts because she wanted to make some shirts for her. We're going on their batch trip in a couple of weeks. September 10th. That for a few days, we are heading down to Lake of the Ozarks to do a batch trip. It's not a bachelorette trip or a bachelor trip because it's combined. But the girls are staying in one place, the guys are staying in another place. Mr. B and I are staying in another place. um, but yeah, so I know that there were some shirts that she wanted to have um for herself, and it's cool because she can, she's got the equipment and stuff, since she does all the stuff for us, and so she was gonna go make herself some fun shirts. So yes, you know what? I have one Mr. B bought for me. Ask me if I've ever used it. I need to get that going. Uh what is this? 4 seats at Taylor Swift. Absolutely 600 for a machine I'd use daily. No way. Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thanks, Kelly. I appreciate your frustration towards technology on my behalf. It's been a lot. Okay, so Nicole, your question about empty nesters. Lisa said she's read a lot of books since becoming an empty nester. So there you go. Hey, you could have more time to write, right? And read. Let's see. Save, save, save. Did I mention save? Yeah, Rametta, I'm with you. My goodness. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Elena Humphreys, how are you? I do. I appreciate your guys' understanding. Truly, truly. Let's see. Lisa says, Stephanie, try freezing the tomatoes right from the garden. Run them under cold water when you take them out of the freezer, and the skins will crack and peel off. Oh, I could totally see it doing that. That makes perfect sense to me. Like, I can envision that happening. Nice. You're good, Kelly. Sharon says she's driving hot chocolate while watching Talk Tuesday. I'm assuming, Sharon, you mean you're drinking hot chocolate? Or are you driving hot chocolate to somebody else? Sandy says, I just went through this with asking Chris about ages, and she told me to shush, right? It is. It's like, you know what? We just won't worry about the specifics on that stuff. Just go with it. Just go with it. Roll with it. We'll get it figured out. Let's see. Oh, yep, something good. Tell us something good. Louise Matthews. Hubby had shoulder surgery a couple weeks ago. Only had to have a bone spur removed. Nice. That's good. Also sold the house. Been busy starting packing. Whoa, I lost. Where are we? Or not packing, but oh yeah, been busy. My gosh, starting our packing the past few days. Okay, so it just cut off days. Sorry, I'm trying to like read in both places and keep track. Wow. Well, congratulations. I'm really glad that it wasn't more serious for his shoulder. And two, congratulations on selling your house. That's exciting. Oh, Shayla and William Black are going to be sad about Dolly. Big fans, been to Dollywood a couple times. Yeah, I have never been. We've driven by Dollywood in Branson like a billion times, but I've never actually been. Dolly Parton's page, her nephew gave tribute. Yeah. I think they were pretty close from what I've read. Heather says they went from a household of 9 to 2, but hubby's doctor's appointments keeps us busy. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here you go, Amanda. Sandy Kelly says, wait, Amanda Zook, empty nesters means more time for trips with us readers. There you go. Nicole says she's turning into a silver fox too. Yeah, I feel yeah. I notice this spot right here is where mine starts coming through the fastest. And I noticed the other day, I was like, oh yeah, it's starting to come through again. But Canadian, we say it like it is. Ah, yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Kelly's got her all caps on still. I don't think she's meaning to scream at us. Don't know if this is good or not, but for the first time in my life, I've been working for a company in the last 5 years that had 5 partners over 6 months, went down to 3. And then there was a hostile takeover. Oh my goodness. I've never worked for a company or something like this happened where like 2 of the partners went behind the general manager, the general manager's back and bought out the 4th party that had less shares in the company. Now we're down to 3 owners instead of 5. Oh my goodness. Wow, yeah. That'll be interesting. Hopefully your like job is secure and everything with it. That I think would be like to me like making sure my job is secure and then what kind of people am I going to be working for? So I guess it probably depends on who's doing the takeover, how that's going to work out. Um but let's see. Sharon says I love Dolly's 9 to 5. I do too. That's one of Emma loves that too. Yeah. Own the silver. My girls keep telling me to let it go because like I think I would have like kind of that streak, at least for right now. Because this is the prominent part where I get the gray, I notice. Um and I almost started to let it go and I just can't do it yet. I know eventually one day I will. I will. I'm not going to be, a lady with like purple hair out there or, jet black hair when I'm, 85, God willing. But no, I'm just not quite there yet. So, oh, hey, Robin Maxwell, how are you? I know. Well, sad day because of Dolly, or you having a sad day because of something else? Just only asking so that we can keep you in our thoughts, if so. But Nicole says, "Bring on the gray." Woo woo. Right. Uh, with ash color foils, yeah. So Jana says, "My hair never went silver. It went from blonde to white." Yeah, yeah, it is definitely a sad day. Dolly will be missed. She was definitely one of a kind, for sure, for sure. Oh my gosh, I think I'm caught up on comments. So yes, okay, so that's where I'm at with Rafe's. So I'm gonna get that done. And then next on the list will be getting back to Echo Team and Blake. And oh my gosh, you guys. So I sat here and I was going good with Rafe, and then I started struggling. And then I got going back with him, and then lost the work or whatever. And then I'm in the middle of doing all the rewrites for that, and I cannot like Blake and that story has been talking to me so much. As has the next one in line, which after him is Draven. And I like both of them. Like Echo Team has been so loud in my head, which is awesome. And I'm so, so, so excited to get back to that series and get those stories going. But I'm like, no, I can't like you guys need to stop because I'm busy. I need to focus on this one. So yeah, it's occupational hazard and all that stuff, I guess. So yeah. Let's see. Oh, Kelly says I have red hair, so my hair kind of goes white instead of gray. Do strawberry blonde to white, if that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, Robin. Let's see. Oh, Bonnie says Chris was in Corpus Christi last week and it was cooler there than here. Yeah, it's been hot and humid. Oh my gosh, like last week I could not walk out of the house with like I could not see anything. Like instantly my glasses would fog up. Oh hey, Mr. Scott Sappington, somebody who's from my childhood. How are you? Yours hair just went. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of thinned out a little bit, but that's okay. You know what? Guys can do that. Like, guys can totally get away with thin hair. It's when the females go thin that sucks. But it's whatever, whatever. Wisdom highlights. I like that. I should put that in a book. I love that. Wisdom highlights, Lisa says. Melanie says her hair would be white if she didn't dye it. I noticed like my mom's like that now. Like hers is mostly white but then she has those shiny, almost like it almost reminds me of like tinsel, but like in a cool way, you know? Very, very pretty hair. People tell me to own the gray all the time. I'm like, I'm not old enough to have this much, right? Yeah. I'm like, I'm not mentally mature enough to handle it yet. Oh, Diana says, went to my 50th high school reunion, and man, so many gray-headed mad at me because I don't have any gray. I bet they were like, probably like, what the heck? That is not fair. Bonnie says she went from almost black to silver. Yeah. Yes, Nicole, that was it. Like I have been until recently, I think it was Saturday. I when I showered and I blew my hair dry, I did the brush blow dry thing and kind of smoothed it out like it is now. But by and large, like I've been dealing just letting my curls go because it's like I haven't even been trying to fight it. Like there's no point. My dad is bald and he always tells people grass don't grow on a busy street. I love that. That's good. That's good. There you go, Scott. That's what you need to tell people if they say anything about your hair. Just say, well, we got a lot going on up here, so grass don't grow on a busy street. I love it. Really? Kelly said she's never dyed her hair. Highlights just or anything other than oh yeah, so like the washout kind and stuff. Yeah. All natural, no chemicals. Wow. Yeah. I'm sure your hair is in much better condition than mine is. Isn't it crazy how fast? Like it's wild. Wild how fast. Well, speaking of time going by fast, Stephanie, my baby's Liam turned 17. Aw. Well, tell him happy birthday. I have not been on social media. Literally the first time I got on social media today was, which is bad. I have a reader group. I need to be in there with you guys more. I'm just bad at it. Yeah, I got in there to post the link for Talk Tuesday. So I did not see that, but tell him happy birthday for sure. They grow up way too fast. Way too fast. See, I don't have that trouble. Because I don't have enough hair for there to need to be that many foils, but unfortunately. But I played around with the idea of maybe doing extension, like getting actual extensions like for Abby's wedding, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to mess with it. We'll see. 39th reunion is in April. Wow. Man, yep, time flies. Oh, Sandy's out. Get some sleep. Yep, I'm gonna get off of here too, I think. And I know we haven't been on here for quite an hour yet either, but I'll be honest, I'm exhausted. It's been a long few days and I need to probably go, but I just really, really as tired as I was and just mentally drained with a lot of stuff going on. I needed this. I needed you guys. It's funny because you guys talk about how you need Talk Tuesday, you know, you need this camaraderie and the support and just the social, you know, getting together with us. But we need it just as much too sometimes. Well, all the time. But and I genuinely I've missed you guys, and that's what, you know, I let Mr. B know. I'm like, I'm doing Talk Tuesday tonight. If you can't make it home in time, like it's totally fine. I need it tonight. So wanted to make sure we were in here because it's been too long. And I know we also talked about the last time we did do Talk Tuesday, we talked about doing the Wheel of Wonder, and I apologize. That wasn't even a blip on the radar today, until after I sat down and I looked over and I saw the stack of books that I need to give away still. We will get that going. I promise. It's just been kind of a crazy couple of weeks here, but you guys have, oh, Elizabeth, hey. Oh, I'm so sorry that you just popped on here. But I'm glad that you popped on here. So we love you guys very, very much. And I will, I will share it. Absolutely. I will make sure to tell him, from all of you guys out there too. And, um, we love you guys very, very much. I do appreciate you coming back and hanging out with me, especially since it was just me. And barring any unforeseen anything, I will definitely be back next Tuesday, and hopefully maybe Mr. B can pop in as well. For those of you who may not know, he went back to work with the VA, but he's in Topeka, Kansas, so it's about an hour and 15 minutes from the house. So on a good day, it's a stretch to get him here on time. But then there are days like today, like he didn't leave there until I think it was after 6 o'clock. So it takes a bit. And then, you know, if it's a long day for him at work, sometimes, you know, he needs to do some decompressing. So totally understood that. And but I couldn't go another week and not see you guys. So I love you guys very, very much. Thank you for hanging out with me and for your understanding with Rafe. I promise it'll be worth the wait. Or I hope hopefully you think it is. I truly am. I truly am loving the story. And I'm loving how it's all kind of coming together to wrap up the Tac Ops series. I'm also extremely excited to get back to Echo Team. So many thoughts and ideas and things going around in my head for that. So that's what'll be coming up next. So anyways, I love you guys so much. I'm going to quit rambling now, and I will see you next Tuesday. Hopefully Mr. B will be here too. Either way, see you next week. You guys take care of yourselves. You know, look for the positives, smile, and be kind. So anyways, that is all, and we will see you next Tuesday when we talk Tuesday. Bye guys. Love you very much.